What you know about being bullied over half of your life? Oh, that's right. You should know what that's like. You're half white. I'm meeting you in live. Jesus Christ, slap my mom. Slap the fuck out of her because you're broke as fuck. You're a fucking joke. Whatever M says, he kills it nail in the coffin. What's he say? If you snooze some crack, you make a lot more money than you do from rap. You'll never have no security. You'll never be famous. Life's a bitch, ain't it, Raymond? Let me slow it down for you. I mean, I can't freestyle. I suck. I admit it. You know, you all can laugh at me, whatever. But I'm still Joey G and still going to be on top of the world. What's up, everybody? Happy TGITN. Thank God it's Tuesday night. No group tomorrow. No shit like that. What's going on? You know what I mean? You can sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Then go get my juice. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Monday Night Raw last night, very, very good. My man, the lunatic Friends, Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. Jon Moxley, the future face of the WWE, won the no holds barred pole in the match. He will face Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell in Hell in a Cell at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. So many gimmick gay pay-per-views. I mean, it's unbelievable. A lot of shit happening in wrestling and all over because I'm branching out and I'm talking about more than just wrestling. I mean, baseball I'm going to go into Boardwalk Empire, my favorite show. Well, besides True Detective, my second favorite show on TV. True Detective is my favorite show because Woody Harrelson's my favorite actor. But a lot going on. I'm wearing my old ass Jason Worth because Jason Worth, you know, looks like Edge, the rated R superstar. So, damn, I mean, one year I'm fat, one year I'm skinny, but I'm always good looking, and I always get the women, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean, I don't want to waste a lot of time talking a bunch of nonsense, you know what I mean? I am trying to get a job with the WWE, but whatever, entertainment, I'm born for this. I'm born for my face to be on the camera, and that's it. It's the bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Hate if you want, but jump on board. Join the Joey G Revolution. That's what I call it, the Joey G Revolution. I will, and I'm a man of my word, and you can ask anybody. With my hat off and everything, cigarette out of the hand, I swear on my life. Everybody that sticks by me, like my cousin Mikey Noor and Stacy, you know what I'm saying? My cousin Charlie, Ma'am, you know what I'm saying? Buddha, everybody that stuck by me, my brother D-Mac, my brother Mikey, everybody that stuck by me, my mom, my dad Mike, everybody that stuck by me, they will. My grandmother, you know, even though we fight like all hell breaks loose all the time, you know, me and my grandmother, I still love her, you know what I mean? I will, you know what I mean, make everything happen, and everything will go be great in life, because I will be somebody. And I wanted to be in wrestling because that's what I love, wrestling and sports. But if it's in acting, it's in acting. If it's in something else, it's in something else. I can do anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm that good. And it's not me, it's God-gifted talent. You know what I'm saying? Like Shawn Michaels said, God-gifted talent. That's what I got. So if anybody's smart, you'll invest in Joey G. Shout outs to Don Tony and Kevin Castle. What's up? My two favorite guys. I would love to get on with you guys and, you know what I mean, do a show with you guys here and there, you know. Me be on your show, I mean, unless you want to come over here to my apartment, you know what I mean, my little duplex I rent, you know, or my studio at my mother's house because she got a big crib. But I think I'd rather come to your studio, in a real studio, and do it. But anyway, let's talk Raw. Dean Ambrose won, so Hell in a Cell is Dean Ambrose against Seth Rollins. That's going to be a great match. I think in this one, I don't know, I think, you know, Seth Rollins needs a win. He kind of has been looking like a pussy lately, you know, running all the time. I love Dean, you know what I'm saying? He's my man ever since he was Jon Moxley, and he was wrestling in front of 200 people. I noticed this dude. I mean, he's like I was saying earlier, he's a cross between Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, yeah, like The Rock. He might not dress nearly, you know, nice as The Rock does, but he has that attitude like The Rock where he can make shit funny. He's like Austin, and he's like HBK. He's charisma. Chicks love him. Chicks, I mean, you always say Ambrose is, you see the signs, Ambrose is so sexy. I want to, you know, F-U-C-K, you know, Ambrose. I'm trying not to curse because there's kids out there. It's bad enough I'm smoking a cigarette, you know what I mean? I don't smoke weed on the show, you know what I mean? I won't do that. Because when I do get, you know, I have to go corporate and I can't dress the way, I think I do my own show, I'll always be able to dress the way I want. You know what I mean? Because that's just me. That's Joey J. You know what I mean? But to make the money, if I got to, you know, dress the way they want me to dress, I will. That's life. You know what I'm saying? But So now you're going to have Randy Orton against John Cena in Hell in a Cell, which we've seen at SummerSlam '09 for the WWE title. The first year they did that 5-year stand at the Staples Center for SummerSlam. That was the first main event of SummerSlam that year in Staples Center. '09 was Randy Orton when he was at Legacy. He was the WWE champion. And he fought John Cena. Because that was the year I went to Night of Champions, the pay-per-view before that. It's the last time Philly had a pay-per-view, and now they have the Royal Rumble in January, which I am going to. My buddy Fran keeps thinking it's in Pittsburgh. I'm like, Fran, you dumbass. It was in Pittsburgh last year when Batista won it. Remember the whole crowd was mad because Rey Mysterio was number 30? Yeah, and that's why. It was in Pittsburgh. He keeps thinking 2014 is again in January. It's in Philadelphia. I knew the Royal Rumble was going to be in Philly in May. They said it. They said it at SmackDown. They said it at a house show I was at. I was at a house show in June in WWE. And they said it. You know what I mean? No, the last pay-per-view here, that's right. The last pay-per-view here was Money in the Bank last year. I didn't go. I watched it on pay-per-view at Buddha's house. That's right. Yeah. And that was the one, Ziggler won it, and I forget who else won it. Ziggler won it, and Daniel Bryan won it. Yeah. I'm not sure. Ziggler won it, and somebody else won. I forgot. I forget who. And Randy Orton. Yeah, Randy Orton. Ziggler and Randy Orton won. Ziggler won the world title, Money in the Bag briefcase, and Orton won the WWE one. And Orton cashed it in at SummerSlam, and that's when he went heel. And speaking of Randy Orton, my favorite wrestler, besides Dean Ambrose, on the roster right now, Randy Orton is going back face, as you can see, of course, he was acting heel last night with the dumbass retard Kane down there. And the other ass, scuba diving looking asshole, Seth Rollins, who is great in the ring. Still, Seth is the best. Much props to Seth Rollins. But the thing is, you can tell Orton's going face. And you put Orton, that's the whole plan, to make Orton go back. See, Orton said before, I like being a heel because I don't have to compete with the pops. But like Triple H said, there is no more good guys or bad guys. White hats, black hats. You know what I mean? There's no more heels or faces. It's whoever the WWE wants to cheer for. John Cena, people say, when's he going to go heel? John Cena's the biggest heel in the friggin' company. You know what I'm saying? In lame terms, you want to say baby faces. Okay, he's a baby face still. But really, by the fans choosing, he's the biggest heel in the company. The only people that like him are little kids. I respect him. I like him a little bit. I liked him in his thugonomic days when he dressed like this. Yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't dress as good as I do, but, he dressed cool. You know what I mean? But he ain't The Rock. He ain't even Austin, who I don't like. I never really liked anyway. You know what I mean? I've always been a Rock fan. I think Austin was always jealous of The Rock. He always was. Notice when he got hurt, it was right at the height of when The Rock was really getting... The Rock has a show named after him. That's all I got to say. Do you see Austin with a 316 show? You know what I mean? And no other wrestler besides The Rock. Hogan, Hulkamania was so big in the 80s, he had a cartoon. Hogan had a cartoon, The Rock had SmackDown. Austin didn't have none of that. Cena don't have none of that. Personally, when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, I think Cena's bigger than Austin. And when they do WrestleMania 31, as I said before, you know how I feel about John Cena, and I do like Stone Cold because he's from the Attitude Era. I hope that John Cena kicks Stone Cold Steve Austin's liberal ass up and down that liberal-ass town of gay-ass Santa Carla, Silicon Titty Valley, San Francisco, the liberalist area in the United States of America. And I hope Cena pulls his pants down, starts spanking Austin in the middle of the ring, and fucking starts sticking fudge brownies up his ass and kicks his ass and says, this guy's a real phony. At least Dwayne's a man. At least The Rock's a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a fucking fudge packer. They're going to have like Austin like this, right? With his ass sticking out. They're going to have Cena going, shit, 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 shit. And Austin's going to be like, oh, hell yeah. What? 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 You're gay, Austin. Suck it. Austin is gay. The Rock for life. The Click for life. Dean Ambrose for life. Randy Orton for life. CM Punk for life. John Cena for life. Steve Austin can suck the big one. For real. Steve Austin, you suck, you liberal prick. For real. That's what I gotta say. And Stone Cold, I hope you come after me. The Ringmaster. Remember when he debuted in WWE and he put his hand there and he said, "My hand." He was the biggest dumbass ever. He was stunning Steve in WCW. You couldn't get a break, Steve, because you couldn't hang with guys like Hulk Hogan. You couldn't hang with guys like Randy Savage. You couldn't hang with guys even like Kevin Sullivan. You couldn't hang with guys like DDP. For real, you couldn't hang with guys like Sting. Come on. Steve Austin got to the WWE when the WWE's talent was friggin' horrible. You know what I mean? It was horrible. The best talent they had back then was Triple H. He was just coming in. Hall and Nash were leaving. HBK was the best. He was at the top. Even though Brett, the shitman fart, that's what I call him since I was a little kid, Brett the shitman fart. I called him that since I was a little kid. I had no respect for him. He's a jealous old man. Just like him and Steve Austin are just two jealous old men that really can't jerk Shawn Michaels off. And that's why they're mad, because Shawn is better than them both combined. And Scott Hall. Scott Hall's better than them both combined. You fans can say what you want. I really don't give a fuck. Because I'm Joey G. I'm the future head of creative WWE or wherever. Personally, I would love to go to Tokyo, Japan. And they're just a different, I would love to be in that atmosphere. I would. I would rather be there than the WWE. I would. Because I know my character would get over better in Japan. Maybe it would definitely get over here in the States. But I don't know, even in Britain or, Germany, but definitely Tokyo, Japan. That's where I want to go. I want to be in Japan and then maybe the WWE. You know what I mean? Because you American fans, sometimes, you chant for goats like Daniel Bryan. You boo a man like Batista. Come on. Batista's the friggin' man. He's an animal. You boo Brock Lesnar, a real man, because he beat your little hero, John Cena, up. Get a fucking life, for real. By the way, Boardwalk Empire was great the other night. We all go through it. Nucky Thompson isn't a real character. In real life, the real guy, the character Nucky Thompson, Steve Buscemi, is based off of Nucky, what was his name? Nucky Johnson. And him and the Commodore were the same person. That's the real story behind it all. You know what I mean? And that's what it's based off of. Now, they go to war with Lucky Luciano, and that's coming up. Lucky Luciano is the greatest gangster of all time. Better than Al Capone. Al Capone's a little bitch. If anybody saw Boardwalk Empire the other night, gay-ass Van Olden, or his new name was Mueller, who was doing pickups for Capone for a couple years, was beating the shit out of Capone. Capone was like, he was going to kill me, Ralphie. He was going to kill me. Then the other Fed Mike D'Angelo, blew friggin' Van Holden's half a head off. And then let Eli go. But Boardwalk Empire is a great show. It's a kick-ass show. Besides True Detective, Boardwalk Empire is the shit. It's the best show on HBO. Besides True, I love The Sopranos, but let's face it, The Sopranos went off the air in 2007. I still can't even watch an episode now because it's so old. You know what I mean? I can watch an episode of Sopranos here and there, but I've seen every episode like 7 times, 8 times, maybe even 10 times each. I'm talking every episode of every season, 1 through, what was there, 6 seasons? Remember Mikey Palmise, Richie Aprile, Little Jackie Aprile, Big Jackie Aprile, Big Pussy, all of them. Vito the Fag, all of them. What's his name? The dude they killed then, Phil, when they killed him at the gas station. The Sopranos was a great show, but Boardwalk Empire, True Detective, if I had to toss it up, I would have, even though it's in the new, I still say True Detective, because Woody Harrelson's my favorite actor. Woody Harrelson and Mark Wahlberg are my 2 favorite actors, and Mark Wahlberg directs Boardwalk Empire, and, Woody Harrelson's in True Detective, and Matthew McConaughey I like too, so, they're the 2 best shows, and I like Entourage, I like The Sopranos, I'm into them all. I love Oz. I wish they would come back with Oz, but I don't know how they would do that. You know what I mean? Ryan O'Reilly for life. You know what I'm saying? And the Italian Squad, the Wops. I love the Wops because I'm Italian myself and I'm half Jew. So you know what I mean? I love that too. But this is Joey G. About to wrap it up. This is Joey's G-Way. Also, CM Punk landing in TNA. It's not a rumor. It is true. I don't know if he was at Bound for Glory the other night, but I know they've offered him a pretty lucrative contract, and Kurt Angle is definitely returning to the WWE at the Royal Rumble, at my Royal Rumble in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, January 25th, 2015, at the Wachovia Center. in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You can see it on the WWE Network for just $9.99. This is Joey G and Joey's Real. Joey G's out. Peace, dickheads.